In the 1990s, there was one man who dominated at the season finale. Pete Sampras went into the 1996 final in Hannover looking for a third title. That wouldn't be an easy ask, as he took on home favourite and Australian Open champion Boris Becker.
It's always tough playing Boris in Germany because he is one of the best players we have indoor, and with his fans behind him, he's a very tough opponent to beat. He's the one guy that sticks out more than anyone.
Sampras came into the final at the Hannover Messe Arena as top seed and overwhelming favourite. Becker, seeded sixth, would be backed by the vast majority of the German crowd. But Sampras wasn't going to be intimidated in the opening set. The two-time champion meant business. Becker kept to his attacking strategy, though, and maintained his slender advantage. The set soon followed. Becker, having beaten Sampras a month earlier in the final in Stuttgart, was now favourite to do it again. The American was beginning to show signs of a power shift, going a break up. Having also lost to Becker in the round-robin stage, Sampras was determined not to let it happen again, eventually taking the second set on a tiebreak.
7-6.
Sampras was turning up the intensity, but the set remained in the balance, going to another tiebreak. After recovering from 3-love down in the tiebreak, Sampras went on to seal it and take a 2-1 lead.
Sampras 7-6.
The German really came into his own against true adversity, saving match point to force yet another tiebreak.
6-beide.
In it, neither player was giving an inch, both conjuring brilliant winners. This breaker would come down to who blinked first, and it was Sampras, pushing a volley long to throw the home crowd into raptures, as the match went to a decider. In the final set, it was Sampras once again who laid down the early marker. And yet again the American had match point on his serve, but Becker just kept hanging on. This match would go down in ATP folklore as one of the greatest of all time, and the final point was a microcosm of the previous 4 sets. Sampras eventually clinched the title after a 4th championship point. The world #1 made it a hat-trick of victories at the year-end championships.
Spiel, sets and Sieg, Sampras.
Sampras went on to win a further 2 year-end titles and is second only to Roger Federer in the all-time winners list. A true Barclays ATP World Tour Finals legend.